Hey, how's it going, guys? I picked up this 1972 FX Harley Shovelhead. If you'd seen my last video, I had that Evo with the open belt drive, and guy wanted to trade me this, so I took him up on it. Pretty nice bike. I've been working on it for probably about a month, doing little stuff to it. This is a kickstart only bike from the factory. Originally it would have had drum brakes in the rear, drum on the front as well, and it's been switched over to disc on both. It's got the dual disc caliper front end, it's got the GMA rear caliper, it's got the square swing arm on it instead of the round one. They put the horseshoe oil tank on it, so then it had no oil filter, so I ran this remote oil filter here just so it had some kind of filtering system. The engine actually, it's a 74-inch, correct for 72. The guy just got back from a shop probably 6 months ago, had the top end all rebuilt. It's got 60 over pistons. And the guy, he was an older guy and he wanted something electric start. That was his big reason for trading, and having trouble kick starting it, and I found a few reasons why, to say the least. Went through it, and the spark plug wires, it was one of them deals where you cut your own and everything. Well, somebody just cut the wire right here and shoved it into the end of the coil with the boot. They didn't crimp the terminal on, they didn't even cut any of the insulation away, so the thing kept on not running on the rear cylinder, kept popping and stuff. Timing it still had points on it. The timing was off, and it kicked back at you. I went to the guy's place, and he's like, he kept him-hawing around about starting it, and I was like, you want me to start it? And he's like, yeah, if you want to. So I kicked it over. It kicked back at me a couple times, and knew something was up with the kicker or the timing. So got it running. It did run decent. Got it back here. Went through some stuff. Did find that plug wire was boogered up, timing was off. I did switch it over, put electronic ignition on it. The ratchet on the kickstart arm was real loose, side to side, it'd wobble a bunch. So I started going through, and you can see that's all wallered out, oblong. And as I was tightening that up, I got to looking at the shaft, and being a kickstart only bike, you definitely want to have a good kickstart setup, and this thing is kind of cracked down at the bottom and twisted, so that was probably a few kicks away from leaving me stranded. So glad I dug in a little bit, cleaned the transmission up some. It had been covered, all been painted silver paint, stripped that back off to aluminum. I'm pretty cool about the engine setup on this. It's a numbers matching 72. The heads are date coded. Let me grab a flashlight real quick. Usually stuff gets mixed around, different years and stuff, but if you can see back in there behind the tube, I know you can't really see, probably not, but there you go. It's got the 72 stamp there, both of the heads, and the early 67 to 72 rocker boxes had the casting numbers on top here, and it actually has the original casting numbers, and somebody hasn't ground them off and smoothed them out like a lot of people did. So just cool. It's got a lot of the, well, not a lot, 'cause stuff's been switched around and upgraded, but it does have some of the original stuff. Another thing, on the inner primary, usually you have your starter solenoid that goes right here. Being 71 and 72, when there was kickstart only, they didn't even have it's got the spot on the back here for the starter housing, but no solenoid spot, so kind of different there. Primary leaked like a sieve. Pulled it off. It had a Had a spot down here in the bottom where it blew the chain. You can kind of see it's got JB weld there that somebody did. And so I just went ahead and put a belt drive set up on it. Had a chrome outer primary. I put this polished one. It's, you know, it's not a 80-inch, but it's a cool cover. Put that on. Drilled a couple holes here, just trying to make a little bit of a vent. But it is good to cover, pull the covers off, and you know, clean off some of the belt material that's came loose in there if you don't have it vented well. The thing that sucks on the paint here, the gas cap had leaked some, so it kind of ate the paint a little bit there. It was down to bare metal. I just got a marker and kind of colored it in. Looks a little better, but still sucks. It's got the early cat eye dash. It had like a flame job speedometer on here that, you know, I'm not real big on flames. I think these flames are done good. It's got a nice look to it. But, you know, the whole speedometer get up and everything is just too much flames for me, so switched that around. I had some crazy risers on here. I threw these old ones on. Not real big on those and the handlebars, and not big on that mirror, but you know, little doodad stuff I gotta change around on it. But so yeah, just did the belt drive, fixed the kicker, put electronic ignition on it, timed it, started it up for the first time a couple hours ago. I'll go ahead and lower it down off the lift, see if I can get it to fire up. Now it's about 20 degrees here in Ohio. I got the shop warmed up a little bit. I'll probably have to readjust you once I lower it. But after I did all the timing and everything, I got it fired up about 3 kicks. Since the engine's, you know, not dead cold, I'm not going to go through the whole procedure. Usually I'll leave the key off, crack the throttle twice, let it squirt some fuel in there, kick it over a couple times to prime it, and then turn the key on and kick it. I'm going to give it 1 prime kick and about a half on the enrichener. See what that does for me. Turn the fuel on, crack the throttle, easy. You want to kick it down till you find where it's not very easy to kick on the compression stroke. Alright, see what we got. Warm up a little bit, crack the garage door. Did add an oil pressure switch. Reading a little over 20 psi. But it's a good running bike. I think I started to get to it, but I didn't say. When I was doing the timing, after I put the electronic ignition in, I was looking at the timing marks, and and realized it does have S&S flywheels. I looked up the code on them, and it is just a 74 stock stroke and everything. But so somebody's been into the bottom and the top at some point. Top end's all been redone 6 months ago, and runs good. Pretty cool bike. Just waiting for some warmer weather. Try to get out, do some riding. Probably be for sale. Like to get some ride time out of it, but if somebody's interested, you know, it's a business. I gotta sell stuff. So there it is. If you guys need any parts or anything, I'll put a link in the description below for my eBay account, and follow me on Instagram. I'll post little blips here and there, and there you go. Thanks for watching, guys.